my name is Mariana Santiago and welcome to my podcast, Is Mariana Making Sense? You decide. Beliefs and patterns. Once somebody told me, if you think that the exact same thing always happens to you, it's your belief. And I was like, no way. But it's true. If you feel like the world is against you, that everyone is like treating you horrible, that everything happens to you, it is a belief that we have inside. It is something, remember that we create our own reality and we have our own decisions on how we take everything that is coming at us. Either an action, either a word, it doesn't matter. We decide how do we take it and how we can react to it or not react. It's up to us. So we do decide if it affects us or not. Patterns and beliefs are structures that we have since we're little, either because of our family or religion, society, or friends. And it's there in our subconscious mind. It doesn't hurt us inside, but it can hurt us outside when we're like, again, taking any comment that it's like an attack on us, that it affects us deeply. And it doesn't have to be like that. We can change those patterns. We can change those beliefs. And because we are in this busy life, and I always say it in my podcast, we are in this, like hamster wheel of like going to work, doing like our workouts, or like going out with friends and going to birthdays, going anywhere. It's like we are always so distracted that we have so many ideas, so many beliefs in our heads that we've been seeing for years, that when we see something, we just react. We most of the times don't take the time to actually stop for a second and say, let me think how what I just saw, what I just heard affects me. And we can see how from that belief, from that pattern, whatever, how do we react to it? How do we take it? Do we take it personally or not? And I feel like all of those beliefs and pattern come from fear, because we are terrified to change it. We are afraid to fail. Our ego is always there to protect us. Our ego doesn't want us to see doing something different. Our ego doesn't want us to see being authentic, because it's always protecting us of being judged by society, being judged by our friends, being judged by our family. Like, it's funny that I moved to Canada, 7 years ago, and sometimes I talk to my family and friends back then who they still have the same beliefs as I used to have years ago, and they're like, oh, why do you do that? What did people say? Like, are you crazy? And the fact is that it's so hard to believe, to change, again, what's inside your head when you're trying to tell other people and they just go against you. It's hard. But for me, the best example that I have when I broke a pattern that mattered to me the most was when I was in Venezuela. I had a 4-year relationship and I saw myself getting married to this guy, having kids, being a happy family and everything, but I realized that I wasn't happy there. And again, I come from a Latin culture where you're supposed to study, go and work to a huge enterprise, like a multinational, whatever, and like find that guy, find that partner, marry, have kids, work, and die, pretty much. And I dreamt my entire life with that. But once I realized that I wasn't happy, I broke that pattern. I broke it and I said, I cannot be in this relationship anymore. I don't see a happy future for myself. And I decided that was it for me. And of course, for my family and my friends, it was like a shock to them, right? Because they were like, how are you going to leave that? How are you going to, like, your family, everything? Then you're going to be too old. Then you're going to be like, I don't know, 34, single, and a cat, like I am now. But I'm happy. I am happy that I broke that belief. I'm happy that I broke that pattern, because I chose me for the first time. And after that, like a few years after, I moved to Canada. And Canada is a country where you see so many different cultures, where I've been on my own. I got to think for myself in a different way. I feel like I left that bubble of Venezuela a long time ago, and I've been working on myself ever since, to keep breaking these patterns, to keep changing my beliefs. And I know sometimes that it hurts. It hurts to think that everything that you learned when you were little, you need to let it go. You need to be, this is not part of me anymore. This is not part of who I am. And I feel like in the last 3 years, I've grown personally. I've grown so much. Of course, not in height. I'm still very short. I've grown so much, and I've discovered who I want to be every day, and who do I want to be in the future. And I take actions to work towards that every single day. And one of the things that I see is that my family now, who they still have the beliefs that I don't share anymore, support me. And it took a while. I can't say that it was something that it happened overnight, but they understand now that I'm going to do whatever I want. They understand now that I want to be happy. That's my priority. And they've learned to support me. And I can see how sometimes like it's hard for them to see it and to support me, but they do it. And when I see that they do that effort, for me, it's so fulfilling. It's so fulfilling to see that they understand that I found myself and that they are there for me. And I want to share with you, what do I do to kind of like find my center, to find myself every single day, in case that you also are in a quest of like breaking these patterns or beliefs. And it's that I meditate every day. I feel like I give that space to myself to think what I want, to find my peace, my inner peace, to be at calm, at ease. I write affirmations on my mirror. I put everything that I want to achieve. I see it in a future sense, and I'm thankful for it, because I know every day I'm working towards that. I read things that give me not only joy, but that also nourish me, and that teach me new things towards my new beliefs, that teach me new ways of thinking, that make those beliefs and patterns die a little bit. I feel like when we let that happen, we grow so much. And I try to think in positive, because as we say, life happens for us, not to us. We cannot go out in the world. And I feel like since we're little, we think that life just, it's happening to us. It's like against us. And it doesn't have to be that way. We need to break those patterns that society has taught us. We need to take every moment to the fullest. We deserve to be happy. We deserve everything we want in the world. And I feel like we need to have that here more. And something that has helped me tremendously, it's going out for a walk, going out for a run, being with nature. It helps me ground myself. It helps me find my center. And I think that it's priceless. I feel like you don't find that easily. Yeah, you could go to therapy. You could do so many things to find that. But going to out in nature, it's so peaceful and so grounding that whoever is not doing it, do it. Try it for a bit. Try it once a month, once a week, whatever, and you will see how helpful it is. And exercise, I feel like it helps us as well to find ourselves, to liberate all of those negativities, all of those old patterns that we want to let go, and again, keeps us centered. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching this episode. And again, if you think that somebody can benefit from it and you want to share it with your friends, with your family, do so. Subscribe to my channel, give it a like, and yeah, If you want to ask me a question, send me any comments, whatever, send me some love. You can go to Instagram at Ella es Marianita and subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Mariana Santiago. Thank you, everyone, and have a great week. I love you. Mwah.